What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF The Real Cash App and donate to the channel. People will highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channels down there strolling below the screen, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button when you come in and out of the building. And make sure you guys share the videos, man. It keeps the movement pushing. All right, man, listen. I wanted to, let me do something real quick. Give me a second. Give me 1 second real quick. Because I meant to do this, but I didn't get to do it earlier. Give me 1 second, y'all. My bad, people. All right, now I'm back. I wanted to look up something before I even do this, because I wanted to see, was it any? Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure, because I don't want to be tripping. Because maybe I'm tripping. I want to look here. We go in here. Shit. And go in here. All right. Okay. I'm just trying to go down the line to see if, I just wanted to see. If I'm tripping, I just want to make sure I ain't tripping. Keep on going. Before I say anything, people, I don't want to assume anything. Let me see here. No. We see Trump, immigrants, how bad Kamala Harris is. Democratic Party. Okay. For almost, what's this, second day? Yeah. For almost two and a half days, or almost a day and a half, heard nothing from Fox News about this incident. You know, I guess, police having excessive force on people is not that big of a thing for them to talk about. So, I just wanted to make sure, because, they got all, Fox News always put out all this other shit, but they ain't never got certain shit that, about, people being fucked up by the police. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. But anyway, people, I named this story the way that they put it up there. This is CNN saying that Tyrese Hill gets detained by cops in Miami. Now let me just say this. Actually, they ain't even say cops, but I put cops up there. Listen, man. The mainstream media does a horrible job. They do a horrible job talking about situations in society. They're just horrible. But anyway, so I didn't even want to, usually when we talk about these incidents, I usually try to find a video of the cameras of the incident that happened. I seen it already. Don't need to redo this with y'all because it's irrelevant at this point, because I already figured out why it happened. I didn't even have to watch the cop's body cam to tell you exactly how this situation went. I guarantee you, I knew when I first seen it, I said, I already know. But that's just, that's just me. But when I seen the video, I said, I knew I was right. I knew I was right. Everything I thought of what led up to it would happen, and everything happened. It wasn't nothing in it I didn't see that I say, okay. You know what I mean? So, but anyway. So, NFL wide receiver star, Miami Dolphins wide receiver, was going to the game. I guess he went over the speed limit, they say. Right? So, they pulled him over. Now, mind you, people, he's only a block away from going into the facility. Okay? Not that far. He's right outside, a block from going inside the stadium part. So, these police officers decide to pull people over, whatever, and they pull the brother over, and this is what happened.
It was only a few hours before the season's opening game. Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill was 1 block away from Miami's Hard Rock Stadium when he was stopped by police. He was pulled from his car, surrounded by multiple officers, thrown to the ground. A knee was put in his back, and he was handcuffed. Now, tonight, after the public outcry, and a lot of it, the Miami Police Department is releasing body camera footage of the incident. And
I want to say this. I need people to be very, very clear. This is why I don't fuck with police. This is why I don't like police. They intentionally roughed this man up. On purpose. It was power tripping. They was on some other bullshit that he usually be on. I don't give a fuck about them having a bad day. At this point, I don't care. I don't care what's going on at their home, in their life. I don't care. You're whatever going on in your life doesn't matter or how you supposed to do your job. Sorry. I'm sorry. You keep telling us that you're here to protect and serve. People keep telling us you got a dangerous job. You're the best of what you do. Well, we awfully keep seeing that you're not. You're not none of those things. They intentionally roughed this man up on purpose. On purpose. It was no reason for this situation to escalate to this situation. It was no reason for it. But they was power tripping like the cops always do. They get the power tripping. They get aggressive, physically, verbally. It start off verbally and then physically, and then the shit escalate to somebody wind up dying. That's usually what happened. You don't hear about none of these incidents where shit get verbally and it escalates to physical shit to the point where somebody die or get hurt, and it's the police. You ever notice that? It's always the person that they pulled over or fucking with. You always notice that. So I keep trying to ask everybody, what is the denominator in the factual of these situations? Always the fucking cops escalating and power tripping. It's always them. But they the ones supposed to be the most professional, protect and serve, all these good Samaritan cops. But they always violate their oath, always violate protocol, always escalate situations. It's always them. When they supposed to be the professionals. But anyway, let's move on.
It is disturbing to watch. Take a look.
Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me that.
Now, mind you, already escalated it. Already escalated it. See, but what they didn't show in the beginning, because I watched the video, when they pulled him over and I guess he didn't know for sure that they was telling him to pull over, but they told him to pull over. Maybe he thought that they was giving him an escort. Because I guess in his mind, he think he's so rich and famous. I'm going to get to this nigga in a minute. But he probably thought they was trying to, escort him to the stadium or something. So they had to make his ass pull over. They had rode up to the side of him and say, pull over. So he pulled. Well, he was already in the lane to pull over, but they just told him to pull. No, he had to pull over to the out of the lane. Told him pull over. So he pulled over. So then they tell him, no. He stopped. Then they said, no, move up and pull over. Right? Okay, cool. So they stop him. They go to his car. He winds down the window. Well, no, actually, no, he didn't. They bangs on the window. Now, mind you, he got tinted windows and shit like that. It's hard to see in that shit. He bangs on, they knock on his window. They ain't bang all hard, but they knocked on the window. He said, hey, man, why you banging on my window like that? He gave him his ID. They ain't even asking for his ID because the interaction was already him, Tyrese, already, in a sense, escalating it, right? And let me get to this nigga. Let me just say this to all black folks. You ain't white. You can't talk to the police any kind of way. You know goddamn well if you start off in a certain tone or manner to these police officers and they don't like what you saying, they automatically go to 100. Because they already on some bullshit. They on 90, and then you get to start talking to them a certain type of way, then they escalate to 100. Then they on 100. So that's how that shit started. He already hands them his ID. They give him the ID or whatever. The police officer asks him, I'm explaining this because CNN don't show the whole thing. They're just showing this little bullshit clips. They asked him, why you ain't got your seatbelt on? Right? They didn't ask him, hey, you know why we pulled you over? Blah, blah, blah. No, because they couldn't even get to that because Tyrese in the motherfucking car feeling like he bigger than ever. Let me say this to you black athletes. You niggas are niggas. You got all that money, all that fame, and you still a nigga to them. They already envy you and jealous you because you riding around in these expensive ass cars, got these chains on, and you have a little bit bravado, and they don't like that shit. You should already know this. So Tyrese, nigga, you out of pocket, nigga. I keep telling black folks, stop talking to the fucking police, man. You already know what they on. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. I don't give a fuck how polite you are. They don't give a fuck. So he partly put himself in this situation because he act like a fucking acting entitled, like he's somebody. Yeah, you somebody, but not to them. They don't give a fuck. I'm not saying you walk around, yes, a massa. All I'm saying, stop talking to the fucking police, man. Yes, officer, what you pulling me over for? You know you was speeding, blah, blah, blah. Soon he would ask me why I ain't got my seatbelt on. I took it off soon I pulled over. That's why I ain't got my seatbelt on, because I had to get my ID, so I had to take my seatbelt off to get my ID. That's why, sir. Any more questions? Why, I want to know why you pulling me over. Speed? Okay. License, registration? Here you go. Out of that, you stop talking. You don't have no reason to interact with the police. No more conversations until they come back and tell you they pulled you over for this. They're going to give you a warning or a ticket, and you still don't speak. Okay, thank you. And you leave it as that. Stop acting like you niggas are somehow on the same level of interaction that white people can do with the police. You're not on that level. They do not see you like that. They don't see you as human beings. They see you as niggers. Less than. Wondering why you even got a vehicle. Come on, man. And I know everybody wants to hear Some people might say, oh, well, Kenny, they wasn't white. These was very fair-skinned Mexicans or whatever the fuck they are. Honestly. That don't mean nothing to me. Because like I said, I knew plenty of racist-ass Mexicans and Latino people that think they're better than black people. I have seen it. Call black people niggers. Listen. A bunch of racists. Because they're a minority means nothing. That's why I always separate black people from minorities. We're not minorities. We're black folks. Because like I said, you won't put white people in that category if they're minority, because they should be too. Because we remember when you were minorities. The Italians, the Jews, y'all still are minorities. I mean, come on. I don't give a fuck if they was Latino, Puerto. I don't give a fuck. Mexican, I don't give a fuck. They racist. Cops, I don't give a fuck. Power tripping. They learn from the racists. White folks. The racist white folks in this country, they learn from these tactics, how they acting, being aggressive. They learned that from racist-ass white cops here. Talking to you, talking down to you, disrespecting you. Where you think they learned it from? Let's move on.
Yeah, get out of the car. Give me that and break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now.
Think about it. You notice that these supposed to be professionals. Professionals. Tell him, cussing at him, I'm going to break your fucking window. You know what they should have said to him? Sir, wind down the window. Your tinted windows are very tinted. We can't see in the car. For our safety and your safety. This is the shit they supposed to do. Not get aggressive. That's why we want you to wind down the window. Because we can't see in the car. For our safety and your safety, we need to see. Okay? We're not trying to escalate the situation. We're just trying to tell you why we're telling you to wind down your window, sir. No, they go straight to 100. I don't give a fuck what Tyrese Hill is saying. I don't care what he's saying. These are the professionals. This is how they supposed to act. Not like this. They're supposed to say, hey, sir, listen, sir. Pull down the window, sir. Because we need you to pull it down because we can't see in the car. You got tinted windows. So it's making it even more harder for us to see in the car for our safety and your safety. That's all they got to say. Not all this bravado bullshit. They want to be gangsters out here with badges. Because it's all that shit sounds like to me. All this tough guy shit. Because you're not that tough in real life without that badge and gun. You're just not.
We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 What part of knowledge do you understand?
Now, mind you, before they even get to this point, this cop's so aggressive. He damn near pushes the other cops out the way. He takes over the situation. This ain't even his stop. He pushes the other cop out of the way. No, we're not playing this game. Get out the car. Now, mind you, Tyrese Nichols say, I'm getting out the car. They don't know if this man's leg is injured. They don't know if his back is messed up. They know nothing. They just automatically get aggressive. This is the shit we talking about, man. And what game are you talking about? That he have rights? You can't have a decent conversation about what you're asking them to do? What the fuck? And this is why black people don't fuck with the police. This is the exact reason why. You just cussing at me, disrespecting me, talking down to me, getting aggressive, escalating the situation. You want me to show you respect but you the one with so-called head of power, right? So you need to know how to de-escalate. They don't do it, then they wonder why all he had to do was comply. Comply to what? You didn't give him a chance to get the fuck out the car. You can't tell somebody they ain't complying when you don't give them a chance to get the fuck out the car. Nobody supposed to jump and move like that, motherfucker. But like I told you, they don't have respect for black people, and I keep telling y'all that. Just listen to some of the shit they say, though. Let me go back a little bit. Let's go back.
Give me that. Get out of the car. Give me that. We'll break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. Get out. Get out.
And see, and this is a problem. Let me just say that this is why we say all the fucking cops are bad. The one cop that's talking to Tyrese, he's the one in control. The other cop ain't. He just, I guess he don't like what's going on or like what's said. He get more aggressive than the fucking cop that's actually telling him to get out the car. Now, mind you, all the cop had to do was say, because Tyrese whined down the window, but it was like about that much, right? All he had to do was say, sir, no, wind it all the way down, sir, because we need to see in the car. No. Because, see, I'm about to be petty, man, and I don't need to be petty. This is why people don't like foreigners in this country. They don't speak clear English. Because they can't really express themselves the way they're supposed to. But let me just say this. Sir, pull down the window all the way so we can see inside the car, sir. This little bit what you got, we still can't see inside the car. We don't know what you got in the car. We're not accusing you of having anything, but we don't know. If for our safety and safety, please wind down the window all the way so we can see. My safety, your safety. That's it. They went straight on some other shit. And number one is because, like I said, Tyrese, listen, nigga, I don't know. I told you that, I don't know. You niggas get that money, and you niggas just start living out there with them white folks and think y'all part of society like that. Just being real. I don't know what's going on with you niggas, but you niggas better slow down. Act like you got some goddamn sense. Some of you new black niggas is out y'all mind. I don't know why y'all think y'all been around on white people too much. But he escalated the situation. But this is why we blame other cops. He should have told the other cops, hold on, man, chill. I'm talking to him. I got this. Sir, pull down the window. I understand that, sir. Listen, you got to pull down the window so we can see inside the car. We can't see inside the car with the tinted windows. It's a conversation. It's not to escalate the situation, but once the cop that was in talking to Tyrese, when he escalated, then the other stupid cop come in and go even farther. We're going to bust the fucking window out. Get your ass out the fucking car. I mean, come on, man. We're gonna pull you out the goddamn car. Unnecessary shit. Let's move on.
Get out. Get out. What part of violence you understand? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand? I'm getting out. You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. I'm getting out.
You see how he talking to him? Like he's nobody. Nigga, the police they think they're really above people. They have no humanity. They have no respect for people. They really, look how he's talking. No, you do what we tell you to do. When we tell you to do it. Who the fuck are you talking to? You're talking to a grown-ass man. Think about it. Almost like, nigga, you know, we in control. We in control of your life. We get to tell you what you can and can't do, nigga. And listen, people, they don't want to talk. Listen, them cops be jealous of shit. They know this man got some money because of the car he driving in. That's what they see. They know they can't afford that shit. Some of that shit is envy too, and jealousy. That's why they do a lot of this shit they do. That's why he tell them, you do what we tell you to do. Cause see, this is our shit. We in control. Yeah, your little world, you got your little cars and money. Don't mean shit. To let you know. And we mad you got it. See, I read between lines of stupid shit. This is just, all this shit is unnecessary. Oh, and it get worse.
Confused.
Now, about a minute after this, and once Hill was handcuffed, he was again forced to the cement.
No, first of all, they didn't just force him, they choked him. The cop choked him, the same fucking cop. That's why his ass is on desk leave. No, his ass should be out of the office. Ain't no reason for him to got this aggressive, bro. The man, listen, he can't do nothing. They getting the man no time to talk. I told you, their thing is, when they tell you to do something, you got to do it right away like you're a child. That's how they talk to you. Nah, man, fuck out of here with that. And like I said, listen, I wish I was at some of these, you know how they have them, like them council meetings and shit, and the police there, and the police get up there and they act like they want to have this this embracement with the community. I'll be like, man, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Y'all don't be talking to people with no respect. Now y'all want to sit up here and act like y'all have respect for us, but in them moments, you're being disrespectful and treating people like we ain't grown-ass adults. You ain't my superior. You ain't over top of me. And I'm talking about life. As a man, as a grown-ass person, you ain't no fucking better than me. And that's how they talk to people, yo. And it ain't just black people. They talk to all people like that. Because they got this superiority type shit. Like they more superior than you. And they ain't shit without them badges and guns. Let's move on, man.
Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
Now, mind you, listen, let me just say, I ain't even get into that. Let me say this. If a man say, hold on for a minute, hold on, sir. Yeah, what is it, sir? What is it? I'm asking you to sit down. Come on, sit down. I'm going to help you down. They didn't even give him a chance to explain. Listen, I got a bad knee. Got arthritis in my knee. Listen, I tell you this all the time. People, if I sit down way too long, my knees will start hurting. I had surgery on both of my knees. I know I got arthritis in them bitches. But if I sit down way too long, your knees, it hurts. Just sitting down sometimes. Standing up, running is good for you. Moving around is good for you. You don't feel as, hurt. And tightness and shit. These people, they're just these cops are out of fucking control, man. And listen, do I expect anything less from police unions coming out and police captains and shit? Man, of course you're going to defend these punk ass officers because you would do it. And you probably already have done it. So, let's move on.
I just tell you in your ears when we go. Chill, bro.
Now tonight, Tyreek
Now,
Hill
mind
speaking
you,
for the
after
first.
they set him down, cops was off him. You know the cop did this to him? Come on, man. Unnecessary. Unnecessary. That cop should be fired, man. He should be fired. Listen, I don't even listen. The suspension ain't good enough. Cause see, these cops really genuinely have a problem. Like understanding of you supposed to be you the one supposed to be how they talking like they the authority figure, right? They don't even act like it. They act like a bunch of fucking heathens and thugs out there. Like bullies. They act like straight up bullies. That's what they act like. Power tripping and shit. You don't push off on no man like that. I mean, they're like that real hard to him. Talking to him, yelling in his face and shit. Man, listen, lucky with me, man, fuck you, man. Get out of my face, man. What you gonna already do? You already assaulted me. You might as well just go ahead and hit me. Make this shit even worse. Get all your frustration out. Get all your power tripping out. Cause I'm gonna sue the shit out of all y'all anyway. Make me more money. Your punk ass. And you probably don't care. You don't care about it because it don't come out of your money. Cause I pay your salary. Like, it couldn't be me, man. That's why I don't even, listen, I know my temperament. That's why I tell people, because I know me. I don't give a fuck about them. I don't give a fuck about the police. Listen, I know me. You ain't just gonna beat on me, bro. I'm fighting back, so my charge is gonna be even worse. I'm just telling you that now. They gonna have to fuck me up. And if you start getting aggressive with me talking, I'm getting aggressive with you talking. What the fuck are you talking to? I'm grown. Let's move on, man. Let's move on, man. Listen, I don't even like talking about these stories anymore because I keep saying the same shit over and over again. And I don't like to keep fucking repeating myself a lot of the times, man, because this is very easy to fix. These situations, it's very easy for this shit so it won't continue to happen. The problem is we keep voting for this shit. The police brutality, these fucking cops being in these positions, in these powerful positions, they don't supposed to be there. And we keep voting for it. No, get the fuck out of here. You don't know how to treat the community with respect? Get the fuck out of here. Go work another occupation and see how that shit work out for you. I bet you if you was in a company and the supervisor was talking disrespectful to and talking like that to a employee, I guarantee you your ass will be fired. But no, we get him little bullshit slaps on the wrist or write an incident report against the officer and all that goofy shit. No, bitch, you be out of there. You be suspended. And I keep saying this. How's the police investigating the police? Don't make no sense. I'm telling y'all straight up like this. You should have a panel of people that look at these incidents that the community has voted in and let them determine what the outcome should be. Not the police. The police can't police the police. They already biased. Don't make no sense. And I'm saying you can have police officers on that panel or former or retired police officers on this committee or something like that and have citizens that haven't been in law enforcement, but that have understood law enforcement, went through training, understand it. But at the same time, they have never been a part of the police. Because see, at this point, it's just a humanity thing. This not got nothing to do with knowing how the police work. I think everybody down there they know what the police should and shouldn't do. Let's move on.
For the first time since that body camera video was released, right here on CNN.
If I wasn't Tyreek Hill, worst case scenario, we would have had a different article. You know, Tyreek Hill, you know, got shot in front of Hard Rock Stadium.
The Miami Police Department says
First
that
of all, bro, your name meant nothing to them police officers. Even if they knew you or they didn't give a fuck. You a nigga. They was gonna power trip regardless. And listen, I'm putting a little bit of a blame on the brother because I keep telling niggas, man, you can't be talking to the fucking police like that. You know they already on some bullshit. And it ain't about being scared. It's about they already on some bullshit, so stop talking to them. Your interaction with them shouldn't be no way. No, it shouldn't even be happening. It shouldn't even be a conversation. It should be, yes, it should be questions answered, questions asked and answered. That's it. It's no fucking conversation. Stop going back and forth with these people. They already power tripping. You already know what they on. They already on some bullshit. They home life probably ain't shit. They ain't getting no pussy. Come on. Dealing with their inner closet sexuality. You never know what the fuck going on with these stupid ass cops. Let's move on.
Released this footage earlier than usual, quote, to reinforce the department's commitment to keeping the public informed. They've also placed
they put that shit out there because simple fact they gonna automatically defend this cop anyway. They gonna give him a slap on the wrist, and they don't care about lawsuits anymore because we the people pay for their shit, pay for the lawsuits. That's why the cops can't continue to do what they doing. Because like I said, if you get sued by a citizen, yeah, I mean, you pay for it. That shit should be coming out their union. All that money they put in the union and all that shit, some of that money should be come out the union. It's their money. It's the cops that sign up for the union. It's their money. So I don't want none of your home shit. You know your paycheck and all of that. No, I want some of that union money. It should be. Listen, this is what politicians should be pushing for. We gonna sue y'all. Fuck that immunity shit. That shit don't work here. No, we're suing you. This shit is coming out of your money in the union. That's why I keep telling people it's awfully mind-boggling that the Republicans don't like unions, but they like police unions. They like police unions, but they don't like regular 9-to-5 workers that work at factories and nurses unions. They don't like none of that. They don't like them having unions. They don't like the regular people that put the work in, but the police union, that's fine. Think about the hypocrisy of that. Think about the fucking police union. They love the police union, but they don't like auto workers unions. This shit's sad, man. Let's move on.
One of the officers involved on administrative duties, that's important, while an investigation is being conducted. And the police union...
Actually, let me just say this. Actually, no, it's not. It's actually not important. I really don't give a fuck. Because, first of all, his ass should be suspended with no pay. then that'll be important for me. Even if he wasn't, even if they say he's put on some type of leave to only work in the office, in a police office, he's still getting paid. People, I don't know a whole bunch of jobs where you still get paid for being suspended. Let's move on, man.
They are defending the officers, saying that Hill was, quote, not immediately cooperating with the officers on scene who, pursuant to policy and for their immediate safety, placed Mr. Hill in handcuffs. Joining me now.
But you still don't listen. How was it? You have to give somebody a chance to comply. You have to give people a chance to comply. You just can't escalate a situation because nobody's doing exactly what you telling them to do right away. And comply with what? You didn't number one, you didn't handle the situation in a professional manner. You didn't try to de-escalate the situation, regardless of how Tyrese Hill was acting. You already knew he was on some bullshit. So you should have been like, listen, sir, listen. All I'm asking, sir, wind down the window all the way so for our safety and your safety. We don't know what you have. It's safety measures. It's protocol for us. That's all it is. It's the law, sir. That's all we saying. No disrespect to you, but it's what we need to be safe. It's no de-escalation. It's just escalation. It's just do what the fuck I tell you to do, and if you don't do it in a time manner that I tell you to do it, and don't ask me no questions. What? No, that's not working for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, the police unions and these so-called retired cops, whoever the fuck you are. Chiefs, I don't care. That's not working for me. I am not your child. The community and the people in the community are not your children. Grown-ass people are not your children. So watch how you're talking to people. Talk to people like you want somebody to respect you. Regardless. You the one supposed to be law enforcement. You got all this training to know how to de-escalate situations and how to handle these type of situations when these drivers are maybe a little hostile. You got all the training. And you still don't do it? And then you sit there like, well, he didn't cooperate right away. Okay, man. Let's move on, man.
Me now, Stephen A. Smith, the host of First Take on ESPN, is also the host of the Stephen A. Smith Show on
Of course CNN bring in the coons. Stephen A. Smith ain't the spokesperson for black people. I don't even know why they keep getting this coon ass nigga. Now the part of them, I get it. He black and he's on a sports show. And they may in their mind, because they know Stephen A., that he's somewhat a political type of person. Yeah. This motherfucker don't know shit about politics, people. He don't know shit. Stephen A. Smith knows borderline the basics of politics. But that's not enough to be talking about it. Acting like he's somebody. But of course they bring this token Negro on CNN that's going to coon and buck dance and then try to act like he upset or what happened. Yeah, all right, man, please. Let's move on.
On YouTube, Stephen A., I have to know what your reaction was when you saw the body camera video, not just what we heard about it, but when you actually saw it. And I remember a phrase you used earlier today, and it stuck with me. The ease of dehumanization. What was your reaction?
Well, I still feel that way from the standpoint that, it was excessive. It was completely unnecessary on the part of the officers,
And,
particularly
and, and that's all that matters. Only reason I even say what I say about Tyrese, how he was acting, is because that's more for like black folks will be like, yo, I keep telling black people, stop interacting with the police. That's all I say. I can understand a young brother's, hostility. I get it. Partly I get it, but do it really matter? Because the police gonna always look at it, you being hostile, regardless if you asking questions or not. So that's why I don't the interaction with police, I don't even want us doing that. So they won't have this thing, why you hostile? You see police do it all the time. Why you so aggressive? Why you talking like that? Like, I can talk the way the fuck I want to, but that's what I'm saying. They use all this shit against us. So don't talk at all. Unless they ask a question that's reasonable about what is going on, as far as the stop or whatever, that's what you explain. That's the question that you answer. That's when you answer shit. But you don't got to sit there and argue with these motherfuckers, man. Even them knocking on the window, if you even felt that they hit your window real hard. So what? So what? Like, I didn't like that he did that. Because they didn't really knock that hard. But maybe to him sitting in the car. But like I said, it could be an entitled thing. Because this nigga think I'm Tyrese Hill, star wide receivers, I'm rich. You don't bang on my window. You don't knock on my window. That's too hard on my window. Like, it could have been that for him. But that's what I'm saying. But I still don't care. The police, regardless of how arrogant he is or how he should have conducted himself, don't matter. The police have training to know how to de-escalate these situations. And they still don't do it. That's the issue. People keep missing the issue, want to go, well, he should have acted this way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. The police he don't got training into how he's supposed to react with the police. He don't have training. But the cops do. The cops have training all the time to how to interact with civilians. When they hostile or not. They know, they go through training. That's why the shit of like, when they be talking about, they need more training when they dealing with the mentally ill. No, you know when somebody mentally going through something, bro. You don't have to have a degree in psychological or mental illness. You don't have to. You know when somebody ain't mentally there. They just escalate situations because their whole thing is they power tripping. And then on top of that, these motherfuckers think that people should bow down to them. Do what I tell you to do, you won't have a motherfucking problem. This is basically how they saying it. Do what I tell you to do, you won't get fucked up. That's basically what they're saying. So, nah, fuck all that. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. Let's move on.
And specifically when he was handcuffed. And so I stand by everything that I said earlier this morning on ESPN's First Take, and of course, my YouTube show, the Stephen A. Smith Show. I meant what I said when I said it was just unnecessary. And it just speaks to the ease with which black men can be dehumanized, because you've seen situations where people...
And let me just say this. And this is why I don't like Stephen A. Because what you promoting, man? Why you promoting your show? Because that's what he kind of did. He snuck that in. Nobody caught that shit, but I catch it. Because I know what type of fucking buffoon-ass nigga he is. Listen, nigga, this ain't got nothing to do with your punk-ass show. This is about Tyreek Hill. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This is about police going way too far, getting way too aggressive. This ain't got nothing to do with your punk ass show. You know, on my, all you have to, if he just said, and I said this on my shows, and I said, and then he tried to throw it on my Stephen A. Smith show. Nobody, man, come on, bro. Stephen A., this is why niggas don't really fuck with you, bro. Seriously, this is why a lot of black people don't fuck with you, man.
Who happen to not be black have had issues with the police, and yes, they may end up in handcuffs and they be taken away, similar to what happened to golfer Scotty Scheffler in Kentucky a few months ago in May. But he was detained. He was put in handcuffs. He was detained. He was taken away. He was arrested. That certainly was not the case with Tyreek Hill. But in the same breath, to forcibly throw him to the ground face first, to know that this 90+ degree weather.
First of all, let's just be very real about this. How Tyrese Hill act, I done seen white people do that, and that still don't happen to them right away. It doesn't happen to them right away like that. It's almost like they get it. We ain't gonna do this to a white person. This shit can look bad. But for some odd reason, they don't give a fuck that it's gonna look bad that they do it to black people. This shit is just get weird. It's just weird shit with the police. Let's move on, man.
Weather, and you're putting him on that asphalt, and in terms of that heat, and then afterwards he's standing up. You already have him cuffed. You have other officers around, and to feel the need to throw him to push him and shove him to the ground that way, to sit him down that way, was completely unnecessary, and it speaks to the excessive behavior of the police officers. But in fairness,
it wasn't that. They wanted to embarrass him. They wanted to rough him up. That's all they wanted to do. They wanted to show their superiority. That's all it was. It got nothing to do with none of that shit Stephen A. Smith talking about. It's not that fucking complicated, bro. You don't do shit like that unless you intentionally want to do something. Then they try to do all this psychological bullshit that they try to do. Oh, the police officers, this is what they thinking. No, bro. No, you don't do that. You don't have to get aggressive with people like that. Listen, people, I was a security guard at one point in time. People, I never got aggressive with people like that because you know why? Because you don't know what somebody got, right? That's number one. But at the same time, I already know my position. Look, man, you can't do that, man. Come on, man, put that shit back, man. Like, I'm always that type of dude, man. Listen, I don't want to arrest people. Listen, but put that shit back. And don't no lie to you. We had to call the police on a couple of people because they wouldn't comply to certain shit. But we sat there, we had conversations, kept trying to get these people to, listen, please stop. Ma'am, stop yelling at people. Listen, if you don't put that shit back, listen, we know you stole it. I got to one point where I stopped trying to arrest people. If we caught them stealing or something, right? I would stop. I'd say, listen, just put that shit back and just leave the store. Let's go ahead and get out of here. And don't come back. If I see you back in the store, then we're going to arrest you again. But you got to go through the steps to ban the person. But you just can't tell a person they got to leave. You got to tell them, listen, you can't come back in here no more. If you come back in here, we can arrest you. You can do that. We can call the police on you. But nah, man. I remember it was this one shit that we had in the store, man, the guy that was working this shit. Hey, nigga used to like the power trip, man. I used to have to calm his ass down and be like, yo, chill, man. Taking this shit way too serious. Listen, we ain't got the handcuff. Come on, man, let's go in the back. You don't want to listen? We have to call the police on you. We caught the stuff in there. We told you the second time we was going to do this. He want to throw handcuffs on her and shit. Like, nah, we not doing all that. Come on. Let's go in the back, man. Come on. Of course, you had to get aggressive with some people because they talk to you a certain type of way, but I used to always tell people, man, just put this shit back, man. We know you took it. Put it back. And if you don't put this shit back, we calling the cops on you. It just is what it is. But all that extra shit you niggas be going way too. First of all, If I'm a police officer, I don't even want no conflict, nigga. I'm trying to de-escalate everything. But I told you a lot of them, they be bored sitting out there. Listen, I know that for a fact, because as a security guard, that's one of the most boring shit in the world. I be seeing, like I see it now with even security, they be power tripping because they bored. They bored as fuck. People, ain't no action going on being a security guard like that. Real talk. Listen, I haven't seen security guards be so bored. They go out of their way to help you. Like, say, like, people come there, oh, no, I'll take you over there. Come on, they ain't gotta take you. All they can do is just point, show you. But, mama, no, I'll take you over there. Come on, you need to go, oh, I'll take you over there. Like, I see that shit. They be bored, bro. It ain't no different than police. They bored as fuck. They ain't seeing no action. They didn't got trained for all this shit and they ain't seeing no action. Trying to tell you.
Awareness to police officers everywhere, and specifically those police officers there. When this latest body cam footage was released and we saw it, let me remind everybody, they did ask him to roll down his window, not one, not twice, but at least 3 times. Then they also asked him to get out of the car. In each instance, there was hesitation on his part and a lack of cooperation. So when
because you can ask questions, bro. You can ask questions. Listen, man, this whole notion that the police tell you to do something, you got to do it right away. Like, no, bro. Like, why? What's the reason for it? And they got to explain that to you. They just can't tell you to do. If they tell you, get on your knees and suck my dick, you just supposed to do it? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? No. Some people don't know the law. What I gotta wind down my window for? All the way. He didn't say wind it all the way down. He just said he did say wind it all the way down. But you see, this is what happened when you aggressive already. Listen, sir, I'm not trying to argue with you. Sir, you have to pull down the window for our safety. And I'm going to tell you something. What the cop wanted to do, and I watched this shit, what the cop actually really wanted to do was sit there, and he wanted to have a conversation that would escalate it. But it was already there because of the way how Tyrese Hill was even acting. So he automatically like, oh shit, I ain't even got to do all that. He on 100, let me get on 100. This being real. And the cops got this expectation because however they got trained, that's how they think a stop's supposed to be. No, you are going to get stops where people feel like they're being targeted for no apparent reason. It happens. And you have to explain to people, no, it's not that. You speeding, blah, blah, blah. Let me explain to y'all. The only reason all this situation even we talking about it, people, he didn't even ask the man about or ask him why he was speeding. Or sir, do you know you was speeding? He didn't even do that. Because when he got there, he knocked on the window or whatever. Tyrese probably at the time, no lie to you, probably was looking for his ID. He didn't probably wind down his window wide away. Everybody think that when you get in those type of situations, you automatically wind down your window. You actually don't. I see a lot of times, if I get pulled over by the police or something like that, I'll be trying to get my ID and shit already out before these motherfuckers even get to my car. So they won't see me reaching. So I'm automatically getting my license and registration out. That's just me. So that may be what he was doing. So when the police knocked on his window or whatever, or he was trying to grab his phone, he was like, oh, no, this might be some bullshit. Because that's people reactions. Let me get my phone on. Let me call somebody. Because they want that shit documented. So, you know, but so they knock on the window or whatever. And so the first thing when the cops got there, when the cop knocked on the window, he gave him the ID straight up. So the cop didn't even get a chance to like, you know why I pulled you over, because he just automatically gave him his ID. Like, hey man, no, I ain't doing all that. And where he fucked up was, he said to the cop, and this is what kind of sparked it a little bit for me, was that he said, well, why you knocking on my window so hard? Like, dude, don't do that, man. Don't do that. It's almost like you want this situation to be something. And then when shit go left, this is the thing I don't like when some black people in situations like that. Like, you're talking, listen, if you're going to talk that shit to them police officers, expect that they're going to do what they're going to do. And don't whine and cry about that shit. Because it's almost like you asking for it. Because they already on some bullshit. You should already know that. I guarantee you, 90% of black people have been pulled over by cops. And ran into, and I say it's about 80% of black people that probably had bad interactions with police with just the way how they talk to you. So you already know. But we should know better by now. Don't be sassing the fucking police, man. Don't automatically spark a conflict, a verbal conflict with them. They want that shit. They don't do shit all day. But anyway, let's move on.
They say he was uncooperative. You can see why they feel that way. Now, again, I want to emphasize, that's no reason for them to go as far as they did. But in the same breath, him saying that he didn't know what he did and that he didn't do anything wrong, well, that's not entirely true. You're a black man in America. I will remind everybody of what I'm sure you would agree with, Laura. You roll down all your windows. You put your hand on that steering wheel. The last thing you want to do is...
First of all, why black people only got to do that? Stephen A., since you want to be out here speaking for black people, you goofy ass nigga. That's the whole problem. We shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to wind down all our windows. We shouldn't have to put our hands on the steering wheel. Why only black people got to do that? Since we don't live in a racist country. Tim Scott and the rest of you goofy motherfuckers. But anyway, because we don't live in a racist country, according to Tim Scott and Nikki Haley and the rest of them. So why black people got to do it, Stephen A? Man, shut your coon ass up. Listen, first of all, we shouldn't have to do none of this shit. But we know we teach our kids and we've been taught to do it. Because you know why? Because they automatically see black people as a threat. But racism ain't, Anyway, let's move on.
Especially if you have tinted windows, is leave your windows up when the police officer is telling you to put it down. Because when you don't do something like that...
First of all, I'm not winding down all my windows. I ain't winding down all my windows. Listen, now, people, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you wind down your window, even if I got somebody in my passenger side in the back, right? I got air on or whatever. I'm not winding down my windows. Number one, I am going to wind down the window that the cop comes to. I'm not winding down all of my windows. That shit is extra to me. Now, if the cops too goddamn scary, they will ask you, wind down the rest of your windows so they can see in the car. The real talk. See, the bad part about it, I heard a black person a while ago said some shit like, well, I don't know why black people got all their windows tinted. Listen, first of all, maybe if you're riding somewhere, right? Yo, you don't want everybody looking in your car. Right? Let's throw the obvious out there. Tinted windows look good on a car. Let's be real. Some of it, a lot of that shit is about style. A lot of times you gotta think about it. Police be looking all in your car and shit, trying to find shit. I remember a police said he pulled a guy over one time because he looked suspicious. He was looking like he was up to something. A cop said that. So think about that shit. Listen, people, I always tell people like this. People be like, I tell people, when I'm not driving, I don't even like being in the passenger side. I mean, when I'm not driving, I don't like being in the passenger side. I get in the back. And tinted windows. Like, cause the back of my shit is a little bit more darker than my front. Right? They both legal. Like, the front of my shit is not as tinted. They not tinted like that at all. But the back of my shit is not like dark tinted. They like tinted enough where you can't see in my fucking car. And then the ones all the way in the back of that bitch, where I got my third seat, you can't see back there, period. And my back window, you can't see in that bitch. So I usually don't like, because usually if I'm in the car or some shit like that and I ain't driving, I'm usually in the back drinking, nigga. Chilling. But I'm drinking this shit. I don't like being in the front. Fuck that. I get in the back. And plus, listen, people, I don't even like driving. So I like to be in the back seat. I like for somebody to drive, like me, a chauffeur or something, it seems like, right? But I get in the back seat, nigga. I don't need to get in the front. I don't like being in the front. I be wishing it was like three or four motherfuckers we gotta get in the car. Nigga, I'm getting in the back. I ain't even looking at trying to get in the front. I don't need to be in the fucking front, nigga. Nigga talking about shotgun. Nigga, I take that shit. I get in the back. Fuck out of here. But anyway, let's move on.
That we have seen and we have had a reason to sense that the worst possible thing could happen. Tyreek Hill did not do that. So when they say he was uncooperative, they did have a point with the latest body cam footage we saw.
And yet, Stephen A. Smith, and you articulated a few points. I'm going to address them in turn. One, on the idea of cooperation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Being uncooperative doesn't mean that you got to get that physical. They was way too aggressive, bro. Listen, they didn't have to slam the man to the ground. They could have just said, "Sir, come on, get out the car, man." Like, they could have, like, they didn't have no patience, none of that, because they was already on one. So they pulled him out the car. You ain't had to throw him to the ground. Come on, sir, get out the car. It's a low car too, right? I think he had like a Lamborghini or some shit like that. Come on out the car. His windows, his doors ain't even, you know how doors go out. His shit went up. So when the cop tried to open up the door, it almost fucked him up because, like, almost hit him in the mouth or some shit because he assuming that the car door was gonna go like this, but the motherfucking car door went up on his ass and he automatically, took his face out like, what the fuck? You ready to fuck yourself up. Trying to be aggressive. But anyway, they didn't have to throw the man on the ground. They could have said, come on, man, get out the car. Turned him, throw him on the car, put your hands behind your back. They didn't have to throw him on the ground. They didn't have to do that. Regardless. Then, even when they had him in handcuffs, they wanted to throw him and sit him down on the ground. They wanted to humiliate. When they do that shit, where you gonna run with handcuffs on behind your back, bro? Where you going, bro? Excuse me. They don't have to sit you on the ground, bro. That I don't even think that's some safety shit. That's just some bullshit that you try to humiliate you, to sit you on the ground. Usually, a lot of times, if you're in handcuffs like that, usually people don't want to sit down because the handcuffs actually hurt worse when you're sitting on the ground. And the police know that. Ain't nothing. You are mad uncomfortable sitting down on a curve or something like that, or on the ground with handcuffs, with your hands behind your back, handcuffed. It's mad uncomfortable. They know that, because people have told them that, so they know. So that's what they did. That's why they did that. They didn't have to push him to the ground. You sit down for what? What he got to sit down for? You got him in handcuffs. He's detained. He can't go nowhere. All these officers around here. Where he gonna run? It just was unnecessary. Listen, if that's the fucking case, you should have just left him on the ground face down. Like they got all these weird ass tactics they do. But I told you, it's not tactics. It's almost like they want to somehow hurt you. Throwing you on the ground and shit. That shit is unnecessary. If somebody's sitting there, you take them out the car, you ain't got to throw people on the ground. A lot of times, if they're not struggling with you to put their hands behind it, everybody going to have a little flex on them when somebody's trying to put handcuffs on you, on anybody. They're going to have a little flex. It's going to be like that. It is not, listen, first of all, it is not like easy to put handcuffs on somebody. It's going to be a flex. It's going to be a little, whoa. All right, hold on. Let me put my hands behind my back. You got to give people a chance to do shit like that. But they act like they supposed to, your arm's supposed to just, your arm is built for you to throw your arms behind your back. Nobody's arms is flexible that much to just throw their shit behind their back like that. But anyway, let's move on, man. This shit is just ridiculous, man. We got to have this conversation.
Cooperation. There are many people who would say there are instances of people fully cooperating, doing nothing wrong. And the lesson that is imparted around black and brown people around this country is there is no escaping those officers who endeavor to commit excessive force against you. That's from not all officers, but those who endeavor to do so. And the second point is, it strikes a lot of people.
First of all, I don't give a fuck if it's all officers or not. My problem is the ones that's doing bad and set there, just doing the shit and sitting there and allowing that shit to happen. That's the problem. Yeah, the cops that's doing it is bad. Okay, cool. What about all the other cops? What about them? Like, they just sit there and let that shit happen, and nobody talks about that. Listen, don't tell me it ain't all cops. It's all of them. You don't sit there and allow that to happen. If you think your partner or any of your cops, your guys, is sitting there going way too far with shit and being too aggressive, you're supposed to step in and say, hey, man, oh, chill. Listen, prime example, people. If you got a friend that's being very aggressive, you check them and be like, yo, chill the fuck out, man. You doing too much, bro. Like, chill. You automatically does that if you somebody with, humanity, right? And supposed to be a good friend, right? Looking up, trying to help a brother or sister out. You're supposed to step in. That's usually a normal reaction. Not with these cops. Not with cops. They go along with this shit. That's the problem. They see one of their officers or two acting a fool, and they don't do nothing. Or a lot of them join in. They might not be as aggressive as the others, but they join in with the shit. They don't say nothing. They go along with it. Come on, man.
A lot of people that this was an ego issue, not one of force. I'm talking about for the officers. Officers are entitled to use force to repel a force used against them. But it seemed as though what they were reacting to...
Now, mind you, this is where Stephen A. Smith be out of his league. That's why when he get ready to say next, it doesn't shock me, but this sister knows exactly what she's talking about, because she's a former lawyer and she knows how this shit works. She's more in tune with, with how police officers are supposed to act and law enforcement is supposed to how to act. Right? And how they supposed to conduct themselves. She knows more about this. But that's what I mean. You bring Stephen A on here. He knows nothing about this shit other than try to act like, oh, it happened to me before and blah, blah, blah. So what? Black community don't fuck with you like that. A lot of the people in the black community don't fuck with Stephen A like that. But watch how she's really checking him and explaining to him, nah, nigga, that shit you saying don't make no sense. But anyway.
Was an attitude that they perceived, and they were reacting to the fact that he was slow in his efforts. This is not the same thing, though, as one feeling that they actually are in danger, and that's the criteria.
Well, that is the criteria. And you being a lawyer by profession, you would know better than me. I'm not refuting a syllable of what you said. I completely support it 1,000%. And as a black man...
Now, watch this. See, this is what I don't like about Stephen A. Shut that black man shit up. Listen. He can't refute anything she say. Excuse me. Can't refute anything she says, because he knows everything that what she just said was factual. He kept trying to bring up, oh, he didn't comply right away and all that other goofy shit. She know as a lawyer and been in, the area of law enforcement and all that shit, right? As a lawyer or whatever, right? She knows how these cops supposed to conduct themselves. And she's seen this shit before, and so she knows better. He's sitting there talking on some shit on some black man shit. Yeah, listen, man, we black, bro. I'm not just speaking on some black shit. Listen, people, I have read how law enforcement is supposed to react. I have read the education, same shit they study, training. I didn't look through it already. I know how they supposed to act. This ain't about just being black. It's about how the behavior of law enforcement, where they are being trained to do the shit they supposed to do, but they don't do it. I'm talking about they are trained to de-escalate situations so this type of situation wouldn't happen. They shouldn't want this to happen. But they do. That's the issue. They're trained for these situations not to happen. Listen, prime example. They are trained, people, not to, this type of situation will happen. They shouldn't want this. They get trained to not want this to happen, so they can feel safe and be safe and everybody go home. They are trained this way, right? But they don't do it because the ego tripping. I'm more superior. Shit like that. Racial profiling, whatever. Like they're doing all these things instead of what they've been trained not to do. They are trained not to do these things, but they do them. That's the issue, Stephen A. That's what she was trying to get you to understand. A citizen can get irate. They can not cooperate right away. They can ask questions. The cop job is supposed to de-escalate it. Explain. Do these things. And still be safe. But at the same time, they are trained to do these things, but they don't do it. They automatically fire off. That's the issue, Stephen A. That's why you can't disagree with nothing what she was saying. That's why before she said what she said, that's why she said what she said, because you was trying to sit there and make excuses for how the cops was acting. Well, he didn't do that. So what he didn't do? He didn't get violent. They wasn't in no threat. They didn't feel no threat. It's bullshit. You know that. It ain't like he was fighting them to get out when they pulled him out the car and he was fighting back, pushing them or some shit. It wasn't that. He's a big guy getting out a little ass car, and they're pulling them out, got some tendonitis or whatever in his knees. He's not gonna move as fast in a little ass car like that. And they expected him to move like that. Get out of the car, get out of the car. Like they did too much. And you try to make excuses. Oh, he didn't cooperate right away. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Stephen ain't fuck that shit. That's because you're a coward to the police. Nigga, the rest of us don't have to be that way. Let's move on. Coward ass nigga.
Black man in America who's been pulled over, who's been cuffed, who's been detained, who's been thrown in jail for a traffic violation. Yes, it happened to me in Troy, Michigan many years ago. I know exactly what you're talking about, and you're absolutely 1,000% on the money. But that's not what we're talking about here, because we're not acting as if the officer is right. Even though they made a point when they said he was a bit cooperative, it still doesn't negate the reality.
Incooperative, motherfucker. You talking so fast, you skipping words, nigga. Talking about, even though they was cooperative, he was cooperative. He wasn't. They said he was incooperative. Fuck is you talking about? This nigga always trying to act like he got a point. You don't got no point. Other than you. See, and that's the problem with some of these niggas. They don't get it. Nigga. Listen, I can criticize my brother, Tyreek Hill, for I didn't like his antics, a certain shit. Right? But was he wrong? No. He got a right to feel how he feel. He got a right not to move as fast as they want him to move, to do what they tell him to do. Fuck out of here with that. I don't give a fuck about, oh, he was uncooperative right away. Nigga, he was asking questions. Because they tell you to do something, that don't mean you got to do it right. Why I got to do that? For what? Why I got to get down out of the car? Why I got to wind down all my windows? He got a right to ask that question. Because they could be breaking the law. He may know the law that, you know what, I gave my license. I don't got to pull down my windows all the way. In some states, you don't have to do that. You don't have to pull all the way down your windows. You just give enough of where they can see you. Listen, B, the bad part about it, Stephen A. Smith, for all the education that he got and all he try to sit there and that sound all so intelligent, he don't know that. He don't know nothing of what I just said. He don't know the law like that. In some states, you do not have to pull down your window all the way. He's talking on some shit of having the black experience with police. Get the fuck out of here. We talking about law. We get the black experience. We get that, nigga. Like I keep trying to tell people, I understand the black experience. This ain't this not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these same people that defend this type of bullshit, what these cops do. They always, these the same people come around, race don't matter. We keep telling y'all it does. We'll break it down, you ignore it, so we ain't even talking about that no more. So now, but we ain't gonna push that. We ain't gonna talk about this a lot. Listen, my honest opinion, if you want to put the race shit to the side, you can put it to the side. We ain't got to debate that. Because we know these was some minority people and this was a black man. So we can put that to the side. We ain't got to talk about the race. But let's just put it here. Even though we can, but let's put it to the side. Let's talk about protocols. Let's talk about how cops supposed to conduct themselves. We keep trying to go to how he conduct himself, but we ain't talking about the cops. Because we automatically, in this fucked up country, we automatically get the cops the benefit of the doubt. No. They're the authority figure, right? They want to feel more superior than everybody. Well, act like it. Respect that you are a hierarchy. Because you don't have to stoop down to people's level when you are this. They down here, but you are here. You don't have to stoop down here. That's the conversation. You can put the race to the side. That's why I don't even speak about race like that. Excuse me, when it comes to these situations. I told you I didn't see white people get fucked up. I seen a little white teenage girl get disrespected and fucked up. And her dad know nothing about it. They lied to the daddy when he came on the scene. I seen it. I did the story. You keep trying to push race into it to try to distract us from what the fucking protocols is with the police and how they conducting themselves. And how out of pocket they are. Or how they supposed to de-escalate situations, but they escalate them. But they want to show their superiority. They want to show that, you know, you got to do what we tell you to do. Like, no, oh. Let's talk about that. Put the race shit to the side. Let's talk about that. Who you talking to? Let's talk about people's rights. People got a right to ask questions. Because, like I tell every police officer, if you scary, get your, that ain't the occupation for you. Goofy ass. It's like a street dude tell a dude, if you're a scary ass nigga like that, this ain't what you supposed to be into. Oh, scary ass nigga. It's your scary ass out here. And I say the same shit to these cops because they acting like gangsters out here. So if this ain't the occupation for you, get your scary ass out of here. Let's move on.
That their physical behavior was completely unnecessary. How they acted towards Calais Campbell and Jonnu Smith, his teammates, was completely unnecessary. Even though they didn't identify themselves as his teammates, they identified themselves as his friend. It was all unnecessary. It was all beyond the pale. It was all completely unnecessary. And in one officer's case, it was definitely excessive.
No, they listen. No, first of all, a lot of those black dudes got out. They got out the car. They got out the car. And they didn't like that shit. And I told y'all about black people. Listen, man. When black people come together, nigga, they feel like they already look at black people like we criminals and we're a threat. When you see a gang of niggas, gang of black folks, oh, nigga, that scared the shit out of them police. They scared as shit. That's why they get aggressive. Because what they try to do is that and I seen them do it, what they try to do is try to punk these big black dudes. They wasn't small black dudes. These niggas probably was defensive linemen or offensive linemen and shit. These niggas was big dudes. And they got out there, these black guys, they was scared. That's what scared them. They were scared as shit, but they wasn't that scared. Because like them being so aggressive like that. Trying to tell y'all, man. You got to pay attention a lot of times in these situations. Pay attention to the details. Pay attention how these cops talk when they're talking to their superiors. Because they mad aggressive when the situation has happened, when they get to their superiors that come on, which is their supervisors or whatever, nigga, then they start lying. Because they trying to justify their behavior. I watched that shit in this situation with Tyreek Hill. They kept trying to act like this dude was like mad aggressive to them physically. It was more of a verbal thing. They just didn't like what he was saying. It wasn't physical. He never got physical with them. That's why they sitting there trying to defend this shit. These cops was out of pocket. They was equally or even more verbally disrespectful and more physically, way more physically. First of all, he wasn't never physical with them, so they was more physical than he was. So now they sitting out here trying to justify their behaviors. Nah, man. They're trying to justify their physical behavior against this brother. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You don't do no shit like that and then try to justify it. And we got you on video being way too aggressive. Way too much. Well, there's a situation going on. He in handcuffs. So you just don't like what he's saying. You don't like that he ain't complying in handcuffs the way you want him to do. Like, that shit is weird, bro. These people, these cops are out of fucking control. The fuck he gonna do? He in handcuffs. He wasn't saying he didn't want to sit down with handcuffs, being handcuffed behind his back. He wasn't saying he wasn't sitting down. He was saying, hold on, man. He wanted to explain. They didn't want his shit. Because he owned one. So they choke him out, throw him on the ground. Like, that shit is crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, as a police officer, you don't see nothing wrong with that? As a police union, as a police captain, as a retired police officer, you don't see nothing wrong with that? We can't ask questions now? We can't explain ourselves? We're trying to get the situation under control to feel safe. You can't bring that up. He's in handcuffs. What the fuck are you don't feel safe? You got him in handcuffs already. It's about 5 to 10 of them on the scene of cops with guns. Oh, scary ass motherfuckers. Don't tell me about feeling safe. You're just a bunch of, first of all, you wasn't scared. That's number one. Number two, you were just trying to show that you had more authority over them. Because you were cops.
But what we're talking about is the importance of black men being able to go home, being able to avoid putting themselves in a position where you can have a rogue police officer whose ego might be a bit compromised, who has a temper tantrum because they're dealing.
Stephen A. Smith sounds like a bitch ass nigga. Coward. Because you a yes a master nigga anyway. Yes a master. I do what you tell me to do, even though it's breaking my constitutional rights. It's breaking my rights. It's actually, you're disrespecting me as a man. I'm going to comply, sir. I'm going to comply, sir. That's what he sounds like. Oh. He ain't even a runaway slave. This nigga sounds like a fucking in a closet slave. I mean, not in a closet. He sounds like a house nigga. Yes, sir, master. I do what you tell me to do. Yes, sir, master. Even though I know you're breaking my rights. Even though I can't ask questions. Yes, sir. I won't ask no questions, sir. I don't ask no questions. Right. I just do what you tell me to do, sir. Okay. Because I'm lesser than a human being. That's right, sir. That's how he sound. Then try to act like he got some bass in his voice. And that's a black man. Hey, get the fuck out of here, nigga. You sound like a fucking house nigga. You have to fucking comply with no fucking police because they give a demand. That shit might be breaking my rights. That shit, first of all, I'm a grown-ass man, nigga. Fuck that shit. This is why I tell people, black people folks, don't talk to the police. This is the reason why. They pull you over, nigga. Yeah. Don't even ask them why you pull me over. You ain't gotta ask that question, nigga. Let them ask you that question. Don't say nothing. Just look at him. You know why I pulled you over? No. Well, you was speeding. I ain't think I was speeding, but okay. And you wait on them. License and registration. Can I get it? But like I told black people, always have your license and registration out before the cop even get to your car. Don't wait. Because you can't reach and move. Like, oh, suspicious. They're trying to grab a gun. Like, you know how they be, man. Fuck out of here, man. These motherfuckers crazy. Trying to tell y'all, man. But that's just... And you don't have a conversation after that. It shouldn't be that big of an interaction when cops pull you over. I never understand that. You get my license and registration, man, go do your job, man. Don't sit there and ask me where I'm going and all this other shit that you want to be polite and all. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't even like that you just pulled me over, so I'm already feeling a certain type of way. And the problem with cops, they don't understand that. I'm already feeling a certain type of way because you pulled me over. Let's move on.
Dealing with whatever it is that they're dealing with, and they may be taking it out on a patron or you know, somebody, just a regular citizen. We understand what the dilemma is. So what I'm saying is, when Tyreek Hill looks into the cameras and he says,
So
I didn't...
basically, what the coon nigga is saying, black people gotta have all this psychology. We gotta know how the police, they might be going through something. So we gotta act like good little niggas. And understand what they're going through emotionally. But the police shouldn't give a fuck about you though. You may be having a bad day. They don't give a fuck about that. But what Stephen A. Smith said, but as niggas, we supposed to care about what the police is going through, so we just got to do what they tell us to do. They can violate our rights. They can talk to us any type of way. Yes, sir. You can say what you want to say because you're going through something, sir. What you going through, sir? You're not getting no pussy at home, sir? We got to care about that, right, sir? We got to care that your kids don't respect you at home. We got to care about that, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Because you having a bad day, sir? Okay, I'm sorry, sir. I got to comply and let you disrespect me all day, sir. Because you having a bad day, sir. I got to understand that you going through a bad day, sir. Not that I maybe got some shit going on. We pay their salary, but we gotta give a fuck about what's going on in their life, or they could be going through something. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I always tell people that shit go both ways, bro. You can't tell me I gotta give a fuck or gotta be aware of the cops may having a bad day. Well, motherfucker, I may too. And they ain't gotta care about that. Please. Stephen A. Smith, you a coward, bro.
As I did nothing wrong, are you saying that you would do exactly what you did and you would encourage everyone else to do exactly what you did? I would challenge that.
Yeah, listen. Listen, let me just say this. I bet Stephen A. Smith would challenge that. Because you're a house nigga. Of course you would. You clown ass bitch. Bitch ass nigga. That's all you do is cower to white supremacy, and that's all you do. You think that shit is okay to do. You're just a fucking coward. You a bitch ass nigga, man. But you'll get aggressive with black people or people that you think you can bully. Get the fuck out of here, Stephen A. You a bitch ass nigga, man. I swear he a bitch, man. Swear he a bitch. Nigga ain't got no motherfucking fight in him. But he'll tell black people that got issues with him, right? He tell them, oh, I ain't hard to find. You can pull up on me. But he don't say that shit about them cops because he a bitch ass nigga. Them racists, he want to compromise with racists. Let's have a conversation. Let me go talk to a racist like Sean Hannity. But when black people tell him, you know, hey man, that shit sound coonery, man. He don't want to have that conversation, no bitch ass nigga. He a bitch. Stephen A. Smith is a bitch ass nigga. And then he wonder why he ain't respected like that. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. We ain't gotta hear that bullshit. People, I want to talk about 2 more stories. I ain't put them up, but I think I may should wait on them. Because this is the problem with law enforcement. People keep acting like, oh, we tripping. Like black people, we be tripping on this law enforcement shit. But it's not. I didn't put this up, but I want to do this clip. Fuck it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I was going to do a whole show about it, but I put the clip up. Because I had 2 of them that I wanted to do. But I hopefully I can get to the second one on this one. It's really the third, but let me get to this. Let me let y'all hear something real quick. That's why black people shouldn't trust law enforcement. Hold on, I'm trying to get the clip to load up. Shit acting crazy. There we go. All right. Now I want y'all to understand something. What y'all get ready to hear is a judge that knows better. But like I said, you have to been raised like this. You have to been raised like this. It's like, yo, you just don't all of a sudden feel this way. Because like I said, you know better about racism. You know all this shit. Like, you know. This is some real shit. This is real life that's happening. But the thing that you can respect about what this racist ass judge get ready to say, at least she honest. At least she honest about what she get ready to say. This shit get ready to blow y'all mind. Listen, people, and I know a lot of y'all may not even heard about this story, but this shit get ready to blow your mind. This is a judge saying this shit. Let me shout out the people in the chat and we'll get into it. Shout out to my man, Brother Bell, in the building. What up, Brother Bell? Love you too, bro. Shout out to my man Talking. What up, Talk? Make sure you guys go to my man Talking and Grubby Media YouTube channel. Subscribe to my brother's channel and get some of that merch. Shout out my brother LT in the building. What up, LT? Tongue-wise, I did not mean to. Yeah, I seen that shit. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant, bro. LT. It's irrelevant because, like I said, I mean, we got family members that ain't shit. So we all got family members that ain't shit. You can stand for the righteous shit. You could be a person in the family that stand for good shit and try to push good shit. You got family members that be on some fuck shit, man. But motherfuckers probably ain't been shit since you was young. Like, come on, man. Yeah. Fuck the Tim Walls, them family. And what to come out with, what everybody don't talk about Tim Walls' family endorsing Trump, what they don't tell everybody is that Tim Wise, the immediate motherfucking family, they don't know them niggas. His brother has been very disconnected from the immediate family. They don't fuck with him. Listen, people, it is mad. I got mad family members from all around the country. I don't know the motherfuckers like that. We don't fuck with each other like that. Shit, I got family members that I know here in Maryland. Nigga, I don't fuck with them like that. So nah, that shit don't make that big of a difference to me. Shout out to Pooch, man. Yeah, listen. That's what he was saying. He was trying to explain to the cop. Pooch, yeah, that's what he was trying to say. Tell him, but they ain't give a fuck about that. They was way too aggressive, man. They ain't care about that. They ain't care about that brother, man. They ain't give a damn about him, man. They was power tripping, bro. They was power tripping. Shout out to LT in the middle. What up, L? Said, yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, man. Should be crazy, man. All right, people, let's get into the story. Turn it up. Let's get into the story. Now, I want y'all to hear how a judge actually really genuinely feel. This is a judge. In 2024, we ain't talking about no shit that happened a year ago or two ago. No, this shit recently happened.
We begin tonight with a judge who makes life-altering decisions for families and those with disabilities, now accused of making racist comments and using shocking, derogatory language. Thank you for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Mike Duffy. 7 investigator Heather Catallo joins us now with more about why an Oakland County probate judge has been removed from her docket. Heather?
Like a high-ranking probate court official says he's been recording Judge Kathleen Ryan's statements for years. Even though probate court administrator Edward Hutton says he's been harassed by Judge Ryan, he says he does not want this to be about him. Hutton says he's coming forward now because he wants to protect the people who have to face Judge Ryan in the courtroom.
This is why I want to say this too. This is why seniority and superior, being more superior, and people being in higher positions, it like at this point it don't really matter if somebody, if that the gender of the person sometimes, because listen, I worked under certain women. I didn't like them. They power tripping. Been in those situations, and for some women, like you can understand it a little bit, but a lot of times women be power tripping a lot of times because of the simple fact that they're not being respected by their male their male competition. Like if they're on a certain level, they're not respected like that. It's still sexism there. That's why I told you hurt people, right? So you see women on higher up than you sometimes still being mistreated. Because see, the one thing that I did find out was about the one woman that I dealt with she was like a supervisor or whatever. She was over top of me. This was years ago, probably over a decade ago. But and she was over top of me, right? And come find out, nigga, she was fucking all the managers. They was out there slutting her out. Motherfuckers was slutting her out. And so a lot of times she would take that frustration of not being respected with all those men there and gotta fuck her way to the top, or what I not say fuck her way to the top, just some women be attracted to men, shit, like what I'm saying, in that realm. But she was using that shit of how she was getting treated on that level, right? Sexually, talked to, demeaned, all that shit, right? Because supervisors don't hang out with people that they over top of, or they managers don't hang out with people like that's lower than them. They just don't. They hang around people that's low over top of them or people that's on a level, right? So that's how that shit really be, right? So she was being disrespected. I get it. Hurt people hurt people. She was taking that shit out on everybody else. I remember I kept trying to show her respect and shit like that, but then, you know, she said some I got in a conflict with her. I said, nah, man, people don't talk to me like that. I don't care who it is. I remember I did that meeting where it was a different between me and her or whatever. She ain't like or whatever. Something happened, but you know, it was so long ago. But she was like, something happened, and I had to sit down with the big boss or whatever, and she was talking. I said, hey, man. I said, nobody get to talk down to me, man. I said, I respect you. I told the man that was over top of both of us. You know what I mean? Hey, man, you won't talk to me like that. So I don't let her talk to me like that. It wasn't even about her being a woman, but you don't talk. You're not going to talk to me like that. I wouldn't let nobody talk to me. It's the way you talk to me. I'm not everybody else. Some people will allow you to do that to them. I won't allow that. But I show respect. I've never been disrespectful to her. I just told her in that moment, nah, you can't talk to me like that. And she didn't like that, so she did whatever she did. And I remember when we got in there, it was all about this shit that she was saying about she didn't like the way I talked to her or something like that, right? And they went through it or whatever. And I remember they both saying, even her, she was like, no, he a good worker. He come here every day, he do his job, he don't disrespect nobody. This is good. It's just this incident. The incident is about you being disrespectful to me or talking down to me. And you didn't like that I stood up for myself. And it was like, well, blah, blah, blah. You know how that shit go. Like, I was like, it is what it is. She didn't fuck with me after that situation, because a lot of times when people get in those situations and they get in those type of meetings, they usually back down. They usually be like, well, look, and I ain't mean it that way. No, I didn't do that. I was like, no, I meant everything I said. I wasn't disrespectful to her. I just told her, nobody talked to me like that. Nobody. I said, sir, no disrespect to you. I said, you won't talk to me like that. I won't allow anybody to talk to me like that. The way how she talked to me and talked down to me, no, that's not happening. What the fuck who it is? It could be a man or woman. I don't care. Nobody talk down to me like that. What the fuck what your position is? Said all that. I ain't cuss or whatever, but you know what I'm saying. Like, but, you know, I just don't tolerate that type of shit. So, no lie, I ain't had no problem with her after that. I remember when I was getting ready to leave, and to go to another job or whatever. And they was like, they sat down, was me, her, and the manager or whatever. She was supervising, but you know you got your manager, the guy that actually run the area. And he was like, man, we sad to lose you. You're a good worker and everything. But I said, yeah, man, I gotta go. You know, great opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of times what happened was that, like, a lot of times when them supervisors or whatever, a lot of times they don't think that you ain't got no life. Like, they think that you just there, you desperate for a job, or like you ain't nobody outside of that job because you got that job, right? Because they look down on you. But I told motherfucker, look, I got a job, I got a wife. You know what I mean? Like, my daughter wasn't here at the time. I was like, all right, me and my wife been together for a long time and blah, 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 whatever. And I was coming off of, you know, falling off the roof, fucking myself up. I was out for a couple of years. So, you know, you get some job to get back into shit, whatever. But, yeah, that shit happens, bro. Like, but I tell people this all the time. Women that's in more of superior, like they over top of you, I say that, right? They do power trip more, honestly. But no lie to you, a lot of those women, it's just a reflection of how they're being treated with their equal people that's on that level. They mistreat them, and so they take that shit out on the people that's below them. They actually genuinely do. So she just was power tripping. I think this judge was power tripping, but of course she a racist, but she was power tripping. Because you're going to hear about a lot how she was power tripping and using her power to talk to people and shit like that, men and women, but mainly a man, right? But anyway, this is almost with sexism, too. She actually did some sexism shit. But let's move on. Men don't look at it that way. We just look at it, you power tripping, but she was on some sexism shit with this dude that actually really snitched on, not snitched, but he actually put her ass on blast and said, because he dealt with this shit for years. It wasn't like he had this shit in for years, but she kept mistreating this dude. But anyway, let's move on.
Kathleen and Ryan presiding.
Good morning. You may be seated.
After more than 13 years on the bench, Oakland County Chief Probate Pro Tem Judge Kathleen Ryan is out of her courtroom. Chief Probate Judge Linda Hallmark removed Judge Ryan from her docket last week, announcing that a complaint about internal
and let me just say this too, because I want to put this out, because I like to get into details about how people act, or some of the reasons why people act a certain type of way like this. Understand that anybody that's in a real powerful position, right, can be married or not, right? But usually they use their power on some sexual shit, right? Like, I've been in plenty of situations where like, I had people that was in female women that was in powerful positions, and they thought talking to me a certain type of way would work. They could do it with others, but they couldn't do it with me. And it was like, oh, he's strong, man. Like, yeah, I'm strong in my position, even though you over top of me. But the problem is, once you have a conversation with me and you know my accolades and you know what I have done and what I have financially, or what who I am as a person, it'll fuck some of them. It fucked a lot of powerful women up about me. Honestly, that's why, no lie to you. Even where I work now, women over top of me, right? Listen, it fuck them up because they can't talk down to me. Like, I accomplish more than them. They my age and maybe even younger than me. You can't talk down to me. I don't give a fuck who it is, but I'm just saying, I knows that from women that's in power. They do shit like that. Like I got this and I got that. I'm in this powerful position and you coming in this way. You under me. Nah, I actually accomplish more. I might be in that situation because maybe I want to be there. You know what I mean? And I'm good. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a dude that's trying to like, for me as a person, I don't want to be over top of people. Like, I want to work with people. I want you to be my equal. But I respect people. I respect hierarchy, but I only respect that shit if you show the same type of respect. Like, I'm not that dude. Like, I move a certain type of way. I don't allow people that get into powerful positions to act like you can talk down to me. You're just not going to do that. Or try to treat me like I'm less than. It's not happening. Because if you come to find out my criteria, what I got and what I have, you can't talk down to me. I choose to be in a situation that I be in. I always tell people, I choose to be where I want to be. Nobody's making me, I have to do this, I got to do this. No. I choose to be where I am. I'm where I want to be. I'm not there because I need this and I need that. I'm there because I want to be there. Even if I needed something, I still won't put myself in a position in a fucked up position because I need it. No, fuck that. I'd rather not have it. even if I need it. But everybody's not in that type of position. And everybody doesn't have the level of confidence that I have and leadership skills that I have. You get what I mean? Everybody, to me, how I move in life, everybody equal to me. I don't give a fuck if you higher than me on my level or lower than me. You on my level. I try to not think I'm better than somebody. So when I don't move like everybody move, and then I had these interactions with people, they be like, oh, all right. Okay. That nigga different. We got like a female manager, she over top of everybody. She like, nigga, she don't talk to me like she talk to everybody. Cause she know better. Cause I won't allow it. She already know it. You get what I mean? But the thing is, I don't disrespect her position. Yeah, you there. And I show it's a level to that. It's a thing that you gotta understand. It's almost like humanity type of shit. It's almost like no, I ain't say humanity. Humbleness. You have to have. You have to recognize people's positions. You know what I mean? And respect it. It's a respect thing for me. But recognize their position. But that person has to you have to still make that person understand that they can't demean who you are because of their position. No, I don't give a fuck what that is. I respect what you do. Yeah, I listen to certain shit because I understand. But nah, you don't get to demean me. Nope, that's not gonna happen. Sorry. But anyway, let's move on, people.
Internal allegations of unprofessional conduct was sent to the Judicial Tenure Commission. Judge Ryan was arrested in 2021 for domestic violence, but those charges were later dismissed. And now she's back in the headlines.
If you're black from any other country, you're doing way better. If you're an American black person, then you're a lazy piece of.
The 7 investigators have obtained the recordings that county officials say prompted Judge Ryan's removal.
Oh, he's just I have no use for him.
She's made it a living hell in the past 6 years. I mean, it's been terrible. It's cost me relationships. I think it's affected my health. Can't sleep.
Attorney Edward Hutton is the Oakland County Probate Court Administrator. He's in charge of running everything that's not under the judge's purview inside one of the state's largest probate courts. Hutton alleges Judge Ryan has been calling him both during work and after hours for years. And Hutton says during those hours and hours of calls, Judge Ryan said highly inappropriate things.
Now, hold on. Now, let me just say this too. It's not unnormal that in certain occupations that, you know, your boss will call you after hours. There's nothing wrong with that. That happens. Okay? Shit, I get it, right? It's not that big of a deal like that. The thing about what they were saying about her, she had a DWI. They threw that out, right? Then she had a domestic violence thing, right? Being accused of that. Listen, let me just say this. I'm gonna be very, very real about this. When you hear about women, and this is the double standards with this, right? And I feel this way. The double standards, and it goes both ways. The double standards is when you hear about a woman committing domestic violence. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Believe it. Believe it. And I know it's gonna be some women out here gonna be like, no. Believe it. If a woman get arrested for domestic violence, it's true. It's most like I will put 90% on it. It is 90% true. When a woman is being accused of domestic violence, it is true. From my experiences and what I know, I'm telling you. Now, when it comes to men committing domestic violence, it's 60% true. But it ain't 90. I'm just telling you. Because women, listen, women do not get arrested for domestic violence. It's just because of how the system is and how we look at women. How is a woman going to abuse a man? Like, it's just America. We don't look at it that way. Because, we look at men more stronger, and you know what I mean? But yes, women commit more domestic violence than men. It's just that men get convicted more in domestic violence. But overall, women commit more domestic violence than men. I'm just telling you that. It's just that the man be like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. It's a woman. And for a man, it may make you look like you soft, like you're a punk. It questions your manhood. So that's why women don't get convicted more than men of committing domestic violence. Women commit more domestic violence than men. They actually do. They actually they committed more. Like, not committed, but they actually do a lot more of domestic violence than men. They actually do. Women, you have been in a relationship. I know a lot of men have been smacked the shit out by a woman, and you not put your hand on, she smacked the shit out you. It has happened. Listen, I say at least 80% of men, it has happened. And I'm just trying to be polite about that ballpark figure. Women put their hands on men. I'm just telling you that. They actually start the conflict. 80% of them. 80% of women start conflicts physically with men. They actually do. They will put their hands on a man, get in the man's face, get aggressive. They will do that shit, poke you in the face, that's an assault. So they already start the conflict. Words is words, nigga. When you start physically putting your hands on somebody, then that shit, nigga, go left. A woman is already aggressive with men in conflict, verbal conflict, and then they start to they already then pointed at you, touch you, bumping you, all in your face, mushing you, smacking a lot. Listen, just trying to tell y'all, man. Just trying to tell you. Listen, I don't think statistically people don't understand this. It is a lot more women in this country than it is men. Way more women. Way more. I don't give a fuck you talking about the trans and all that shit. That shit ain't nowhere compared to that. It is more women biologically. Without the gay shit. You can put that to the side. It is way more women in this country than it is men. And I'm telling y'all, women are way more aggressive and abuse men. As far as like domestic violence, then men are doing that. I'm telling you that. In these day and times, yes, women are way too aggressive. They're more verbally, they always been verbally aggressive, but they are even more verbally aggressive than men. Because men got to watch what they say. We live in different times and shit, so some of the shit that we used to say, we can't say no more to women. That's why when I say call women a bitch, right? Think about it. You call a woman a bitch, and this is your lingo, because where I'm from, a lot of times it's just lingo, right? You call a woman a bitch, motherfuckers, you lose their mind. But women can be out here calling, and it's a double standard, and I get it. Women out here calling other women bitches and call themselves bitches, and motherfuckers don't got no problem with that. Women don't have any problem with that. A lot of women don't have a problem with other women calling them bitches. They don't. It's almost like the women, a lot of women has took the word, just like black people have took the N-word and did it in like kind of like this positive way, and that's how women has done it. But men, you can't say that. That's all it is. That's why I don't even get mad. Nigga, I hear men all the time get mad at women because they can say the word bitch. Nigga, that's for them. That's for them. Nigga, hey, man. That's like us getting mad because white people getting up, like, we got to think about how white people feel about, oh, you use the word, but we can't use the word. I don't give a fuck. That's how a lot of women look at it. Like, they can call each other bitches. They can say the word bitch. But you niggas can't. Men can't. Get over it. Nigga, they empowered the word. Sorry to tell men that. They empowered the word. Sorry. Just being real. Because like I look at it sometimes too. There's some you dudes out here that's bitch ass bitches too. So that's just how I look at it. But I look at it in a demeaning way when I talk about a dude. So it got its standards of it. But I don't get mad at women because they use it, bitch this, bitch that. Hey man, they use the word, that's how they use it. I said, oh, you can't say that, you can't call me no bitch. I'm okay with that. Men gotta get out of that. Be like, oh, but they said, no, nigga, we can't say that to them. Unless they really is bitches. I'll say that, I'll tell you, I know the difference between women and bitches. But when a woman say, don't call me no bitch, I can't get mad at that woman. I can't say, oh, well, y'all said. Nigga, we sound like racist ass white people, or some white people like, oh, they can't use the N-word. Like, no, we can't use the word. Can't call women bitches. Now when you when you have interactions with women, no, you can't. Sorry, you can't call. That's like me. Listen, if I walked on to a whole ass trick, right? Some of these women out here be hoeing. I can't walk on to these women. Look at this bitch. I can't do that. It's disrespectful. We can't do that. No, we can't do that. She a hoe, she a hoe. There's other words we can use, nigga. We still got hoe. But you know, the vocabulary of it is hoe ass bitch. That's what we do. But anyway, let's move on.
Why did you start recording the calls?
I just felt like it wasn't going to change. Nothing's manipulated in it. It's conversation.
Then you got stupid people in here. Here come the racists. Motherfucker like, oh, but I'm sure you didn't hold accountable for anything. Hell for anything. Listen, bro, don't come in here late and then tell me that I didn't do that. Shut your dumb ass up. And maybe how I hold him accountable is on some black shit. You ain't black, so I hold him accountable on some black shit. Not what you think I'm supposed to hold him on accountable about. I hold him accountable about on some black shit or what we shouldn't be doing. But no, fuck out of here. I done seen too many videos, bro, where white people act way worse than him and ain't nothing happened to them compared to what happened to him. The cops had way more patience to that white person that was way worse than him, and then nothing happened. Sorry, stop. We gonna stop that bullshit. But that's how I know you don't pay attention. Just come out here saying all types of stupid, goofy shit. You didn't watch what I said. I did criticize him, but you know, it's a waste of time with you, stupid motherfucker.
Conversations that I was a part of, and I'm absolutely willing to testify to the authenticity of every single one of them.
I can honestly say that. Okay, I'm not systemically racist. I'm a new racist. I never was, but now I am. Because
hold on. The bitch said, I never was a systemic racist, but I'm a new racist. What the fuck that mean? Wow. Imagine a black person say that. I was a bigot before, but now I'm a new. I was never a bigot, but now I'm a new bigot. Yo man, yo, imagine the galls and the balls of the white privilege of some of these racist ass white folks. Just say some shit like that. That is crazy. That is crazy what she just said. Listen to it again. I'm gonna go back. Listen to what she said. Let me go back. There we go. Hold on.
Then I'm absolutely willing to testify to the authenticity of every single one of them.
I can honestly say that. Okay, I'm not systemically racist. I'm a new racist. I never was, but now I am because you're shoving the down my throat and making allegations that you don't know about. You're telling me who I am and you've never met me. You.
First of all, that's the new thing of what the new racist, right? That she's trying to say she knew, because people trying to shove racism down her throat. I guess that's what she's saying, on race or whatever. Let me just say this, bro. The country was always built on race. Because if that wasn't the case, then why was black people the only slaves here? I just keep saying that. If race wasn't built on, if the country wasn't built on race, then why only black people were slaves in this country? Native Americans wasn't slaves. No other race was slaves in this country. But black people was. So if America wasn't built on race, then why we didn't have white people that was slaves in this country? Why is that? No, don't tell me about the world. I'm not talking about the world. See, this is what y'all always like to jump to that. Stupid ass, racist ass white people always trying to, or sellouts, always trying to go to that. I'm not talking about the world. I'm talking about America. You don't, if you from a different country, then you can talk on that. But if you ain't from there, I'm talking about being here in America. I live in America. I don't live in Canada or Africa or whatever. I don't live there. I live in America. If America wasn't a racist country, why was it that only black people was slaves here? No other race was slaved here. Even when the Italians came here, they got mistreated. Yeah, it was some systemic racism and shit like that with them, but they never was slaves when they came here. Because we lived at them times where you could enslave them. But it never happened. They only enslaved black folks. The Chinese, all of them. All the different other minority groups. Why was it that only black people was enslaved? Why is it that it took us to stop somewhat of discriminating and bigotry of the civil rights era that black people founded, created, and pushed and got passed? And it just didn't focus on us. No other race that was a minority got as powerful. or pushed that movement to stop racism and bigotry since the civil rights era? Why wasn't no other race that ever pushed that type of an agenda until we did it? Till we had a problem with it. Because it was happening to the Italians. It was happening to some of the Jewish people, right? It was happening to the Chinese, the Japanese. It was happening to the Native Americans. It was happening to the Mexicans. It was happening to all y'all. But none of y'all pushed for it. Our Latino brothers, why ain't none of y'all, where was y'all civil rights movement? Why y'all ain't push? Because when we pushed it, right? Yeah, it was a black movement. But at the end of the day, if you knew about our movement, it pushed for all of us. It pushed for all of y'all. For all of us to get treated equally. So I'm trying to figure out, where was their movement? And our people was slaves in this country. But now one of y'all was slaves here. That's all I keep trying to tell black folks. Do not ever let these motherfucking racist foreigners, some of these minorities that is racist, even white people, some white people that are racist in this country, don't make them make you feel like our people ain't special in this country. We special, bro. We pushed, we the movement. We have pushed the movement for generations. Shit have changed because of us. Yeah, we can give a couple of people that ain't black their props to help out. But we pushed the movement. We was the motherfuckers that had feet on the ground. We was the motherfuckers that died for this shit. Ain't no other race died for this shit like we did. The fuck out of here. That's why it's almost like it's annoying that motherfuckers from like our brothers and sisters from Africa and different other continents that come over here and act like they're better than us. Like, nigga, y'all ain't put no work in over here. You only can come over here other than being a slave because of us. Or even if you came over here, you only could come over here and still be treated like a slave. Before the Civil Rights Act, nigga, you still was like kind of a slave. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? You got hung, our people got hung, then murdered. What are you talking about? What are we talking about here? Black people, be proud of being black in America, bro. And listen, this might be controversial. This may hurt a lot of different races of people pride. Right? Black people are better than any race in this country. We just are. I know how we like they predict us and all that other shit. I get all that. But we the best race in this country. Being black in America, we the best race. Because we the ones did the most for this country. We did the most for the world. Black Americans has done that. We bring that so-called democracy a certain type of way to how some of the countries want to do democracy. We did it. We have done it more. These motherfuckers, they sit out here and they come here. A lot of these minorities and racist white people try to demean black folks in America. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Listen, I don't like that somehow people be acting ratchet and shit. But listen, they got a right to act ratchet, nigga. They got a right to do that. We got a right to let somehow ignorant be ignorant. All the fucking work that our people put in this country, and we still ain't respected for it. They still don't respect us for it. The minorities or the whites. Not all of them, but I'm just saying some of them. They don't respect what we did. They get over this motherfucker, and then they act like, you know, they better than us. You know what? We came over here and worked hard. You couldn't have came over here and worked hard if we ain't put in the work. The civil rights are happened because of black folks. That's our shit. You motherfuckers wouldn't be over here to be respected anyway. It's like the gay community. Like, nobody would respect y'all if it wasn't for our black folks. For black folks. Like, what the fuck is going on here? You don't get credit where it's supposed to, but you want to disrespect us, though. It's quick to disrespect us, but you don't want to give us credit. Our ancestors died for this shit. We built the country. Slaves built this country. And motherfuckers are sitting here acting like, oh, we can't be proud. It was like it's like the Tyreek shit. Tyreek Hill shit. It's like, yo, I didn't like how he was acting, but I ain't mad at him like that. Like, nigga, you supposed to act like that. Our ancestors, like, you supposed to kind of act like that. He should be able to act like that. But we still in this fucked up time where everybody criticizes, well, he was acting a certain type of way. You see how that is? He can't act arrogant. He can't be, oh, I'm somebody. But white people for generations been acting this way. But when a black man do it and got some money and his ancestors fought for him to be in that position to even act like that, motherfuckers mad at him. He shouldn't act like that. Tyreek Hill, he shouldn't act like that. He should know. He's heard Stephen A. Smith. He should know better. He's a black man. All that old selling out shit. Old coonery shit. No. At the end of the day, that brother should be able to act the way he act. We done seen plenty of generations of white people acting and using their white privilege to act a fucking fool, but then they get mad at a black man that's rich. Got a little arrogance about him. He shouldn't act that way. I criticize it, but I ain't like it. But still, nigga, I ain't that mad at him. He gotta still, and that's the thing with them young folks. They don't look at shit the way we look at it. So, he a young dude. Nigga, hey man, don't got all the knowledge, but he's raised in a situation. Nigga, fuck that, man. You gotta act like that I'm beneath these motherfuckers. That's how young folks act. Listen, young black folks, that's how they act. Man, I ain't beneath nobody, man. Fuck out of here, man. And I respect that. I love that about them. It's naive in a way, but I respect that about them. Nigga, I ain't no motherfucking. Hey, if them white folks, I hang around these white, if they can act like that, I can act like that. That's how some of these black athletes are. Some black folks that ain't entertainers, and they grew up in a certain neighborhood that ain't fully black. That's how they see themselves. It may seem naive to a lot of our black folks, but for them, it's not. They don't see that world of how we see it. They actually, to them, they in a better world than how we grew up. They actually doing better. They see the world. They just don't have the knowledge and enough of black people that know that to fight for them. You see Stephen A. Smith, he copped out real quick. Oh, the officers, yeah, he wasn't complying. He wasn't doing these things. For him not to say he don't know what he did. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. You watched the video. Even before you seen the video, you heard about it. and you watched a little shit outside of the police camp, you knew that you was riding. But then, oh, you see the video and now it changed your perspective. No, it didn't actually really change my perspective. It actually didn't. We gotta stop getting mad at our young folks for hanging around these white folks that do this shit all the time. And they get away with this shit all the time. But then when it happened to a black person, oh, the black person, he should understand that he black. But these are the same people that tell us that race doesn't matter. It's about your character. You heard what Tyrese Nichols say? He said, my mama ain't raised me a certain type of way. And these people grew up with their families, grew up with wealth and white privilege, and they still act that way. They act the same way that Tyrese Hill act. They interact with the police the same way, with privilege. But that young black brother that use his status and use his privilege, it's a problem. It's white people that do the same shit. Nothing happened. Seen the judge do that shit. Told the police, I ain't doing shit. She ain't even stop. They didn't get aggressive with her at her house. Hey, man, calm down. Yeah, all right. For stupid people in this country to pretend that race doesn't matter in this country, you're part of the problem. You're the reason that racism is an issue. You're the reason that systemic racism is an issue. And it always been. When a black man act privileged and arrogant and shit like that, this nigga should have known better. You hear black people say, oh, he should have known better. Known better to do what? If they growing up in society where they see their white counterparts doing the same shit, why should they be different? Because what? Because we say that? Yeah, we know that. We wise. We know that. But they don't grow up in the way we do. They're not raised that way. So now it's a problem for the young black man or young black woman to do it. But it ain't no problem for the white American woman or white young white man to do it. But the black man, he better know his place. But these are the same people that tell us racism doesn't exist in this country. The country was never a racist country. It's never was built on it. That shit don't make no sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. Tyrese Nichols Hill supposed to just comply. Shouldn't ask questions. How many times y'all see all the time that a black man want to speak up for himself, get a little hostile, right? Because how they like to say. And his ass get pulled out the car and get treated the way he do. You don't see that happen to white people like that. But it happened to him. It happened to that brother. And he rich. He's more richer than all those police officers that came there and violated him the way he did. He's more richer than them. He probably can afford way more houses, health insurance, or whatever, more than all those officers that came there. Think about that. Well, he's supposed to, yes, sir, massa. This young man supposed to, yes, sir, massa. Because the old niggas say, hey, man, you better comply. You better not ask no questions. Hey, man. Don't ask no questions about officers. Don't challenge them. You better not challenge an officer. Us old niggas sitting out here. Let some of you old niggas sit out here and shouldn't challenge the police. Get the fuck out of here, man. Shout out to Tyrese Hill, man. No, don't get me wrong. I didn't like. He was out there using that slang. But hey, man. He wasn't being disrespectful. This is a slang. Saying twin and all that shit. Them niggas, they trying to stop using the N-word. And I get that. Respect that. Call motherfuckers twins. And then motherfuckers got mad. They was like, oh, he brung her race. He said, oh, I know why y'all did what I did, because I'm black. My mother was like, well, oh no, they was minorities too. First of all, and I'm gonna say this to all black people, don't ever put yourself in that situation of you a minority. No, we're not. We are not the same. Sorry to all the minorities out there. Love y'all. Got a lot of love for some of y'all. No, black people are not minorities in this country. If white people don't have to be a part of that, then black people don't. If they white Americans, we black Americans. This is a difference. We are not y'all. Sorry. Motherfuckers get mad when black people do that. Black Americans do that. No. Nigga, we are not the same. We are not the same. And I'm sorry to my black brothers and sisters, Latino, whoever you are, that is a different race from us. Black Americans are different from y'all. And y'all keep trying to act like y'all not. I mean, keep trying to act like, oh, we all in this together. No, we're not. We're not in all this together. Sorry, we're not. The fuck out of here. We are not. We are not the same. Sorry to tell you that. We are not. We are built different. We don't listen. Black Americans is the only motherfuckers in this country that was in slavery, and we ain't ran. I mean, you got a little percentage of us that ran to other countries and ran back to Africa. You do that. And it's no disrespect, but go ahead and do that, nigga. But we ain't ran nowhere. We still keep fighting. You motherfuckers run here. How many motherfucking black people from America that you know that ran to other countries? More than every other continent and other countries that have done it. How many black people you know from black America is running to Britain, to the European countries like that? We don't run like that. There's always our African brothers and sisters from different continents and shit like that run there. I get it. But no, nigga, we're not on the same level. We're not. Black Americans is not on the same level as our brothers and sisters from other countries and continents. We're not. We ain't ran nowhere. And to the brothers that and sisters that has done that, kudos to you and love to you. Do you? I ain't running nowhere. Nigga, this is my country. It's our country. We built this bitch. As black people, we built this motherfucker. Our people died for this. Where the fuck I supposed to go? I ain't running nowhere, nigga. My ancestors are dead here. Have my ancestors bones and shit that they then hung us on, nigga. We don't even know how. Shit, probably even 30% who they are. They done raped and murdered us, beat us. And we supposed to be like, we supposed to run? What am I scared of? My ancestors died for me to be here. I ain't running from this country, nigga. I'm trying to fix that bitch. Trying to fix this country. And my ancestors died for. I ain't running nowhere, nigga. I ain't scared. Fuck what I'm scared of. Okay, the black people all talking about, we gonna leave here. I'm gonna leave here. Yeah. Okay, cool. Go ahead. Do what you do. No disrespect, but go ahead. Do what you do. Respect it. Go ahead. But I ain't going nowhere. Die here, nigga. My ancestors died here. I ain't going nowhere. Fuck I'm leaving for. I ain't scared of these motherfuckers. Yeah, shit ain't fair, but nigga, I don't stop fighting. When we get to a point, yeah, we gonna get discouraged, people. I get that, my people. We get discouraged. I get that. But nigga, our ancestors died here. That means more to me than anything. My people died here. They died, got raped, and murdered here. And discriminated against. Nigga, fuck that shit. They hung us here. Nigga, I ain't leaving till we get our motherfucking rights. Nigga, I ain't going nowhere. I die for this. I died for my ancestors that died for me. That's how I look at it. All that other shit that some of you black niggas be talking about, nigga, I die for my people that died for me to be here. I die for that. Niggas wondering, running around act like, oh no, we gonna run away, man. We mistreated, you know. Man, fuck that. Stay amongst your own. You may feel a little better about yourself. Fuck out of here. Understand when you outside of your people to understand that you gotta conduct yourself a certain type of way and move a certain type of way, and not in no pussy ass way, nigga. Keep your standards. Listen, people, I've been in this corporate systemic racist world for a long time. And I'm telling y'all, listen, that shit ain't no different than the streets. But we grew up in the streets, a lot of black folks in America, that shit ain't no difference. You just gotta know how to move. That's all you gotta do. Fuck that shit. We ain't gotta run, nigga. The problem with black people, that's what they want us to do. They want us to run. No, nigga, it's enough of us. We here. Let's join up and let's come on some shit. A lot of niggas is scared. And I'm just gonna tell y'all on real talk. A lot of black people are scared. Black Americans are scared. These are facts. They are scared to unify because they done seen what happened to our ancestors. That's why they scared. That's why they go solo. Nigga, I'm good about fucking with my people. You know what I mean? Nigga, I ride with my people. I'm scared of my people. Fuck, I'm scared of my people for. Because you said I'm supposed to be. I grew up in some shit. I tell motherfuckers this all the time. Fuck, I'm scared of my people for. Because the more harm that happened to me and my generation, it was black folks. But I know why a lot of it happened, though. So I know better. Yeah, it was black people that hurt me more. But nigga, I know why they did it. See, that's the thing they don't want to teach you, and they don't want you to get you to comprehend. Yeah, it's your people that's hurting you. If you live in that type of environment, but why they doing it? Why you even doing it? Because of white supremacy. They want to see us hurt each other. That's why you niggas can't unify. So scared of your own. I ain't scared of my people, nigga. I love my people. Excuse me. Never be scared of my people. Ever. Let's move on.
Hutton says the judge also used homophobic slurs about other elected officials.
You know,
And that's not all.
A lot of times they were conversations about sexual encounters that she's having with various individuals. I mean, in intimate detail.
Hutton says for years he felt like he had to play along, and he says for years he was afraid to speak up.
I didn't want to lose my job, and I didn't want to be in her crosshairs. It's such a David and Goliath situation. I don't have the power. I'm not elected. I could get fired tomorrow.
On May 24th, Hutton says he sent...
Listen, that comes a part of what your morals are. You get what I mean? And it's how you raise a little bit. If you raise a certain type of way, you just, you don't want to fuck. You don't want to. Like he said, he didn't want to lose his job over that shit. But you come from a different type of culture, nigga. We lose our jobs all the time. We get fired all the time. So it's like, in our culture a little bit, it's like, okay, cool. So, yeah. But you still have black people selling their soul and shit like that. You know what I mean? But that's the culture of America, though. You allow people to violate you and you know it's wrong. America will do that. Well, that's America culture. I don't want to lose my job. Because we're a capitalist country, and I told you capitalism it's not supposed to be a bad thing. But in America, people that are capitalists are bad people. So they made it bad. So that's why you hear a person like this is a white man. I ain't want to lose my job. So I stuck around and just, hey, continue to be violated by this racist ass sexist woman. Because she is sexist too. So, that's all I'm saying. Let's move on.
Says he sent Chief Judge Linda Hallmark a notice of sexual harassment.
For 3 months, nothing happened.
That's why on August 22nd, Hutton says he decided to send the recordings to the Chief Justice of the State Supreme Court, Oakland County Executive David Coulter, and other public officials. And he also contacted me.
I just want to make it right. I haven't filed a lawsuit. I'm not looking for a payday. I want to keep my job and do it in peace. And I want the people in Oakland County that come to court to get a fair shake, to have their day in court, to have an unbiased trier of facts.
Let me just say this about this white brother. He actually is a good dude. He's a good white person. See, you don't run too many good white people like that. But he was dealing with this shit a long time. And it wasn't no black people oppressing him. It was a white person. A white woman oppressing him. Excuse me. And he dealt with it. Because he felt like he had no choice. How you blame that on black folks? But you notice Fox News don't never talk about this. The right wing don't never talk about this. And if they do talk about it, that's that liberal shit. We supposed to let people with this man, this white brother, go do that. That's okay that white man don't accept racism and bigotry and sexism that happened to him. Even the racist part, people be like, oh, the white man. How you even say about the racist shit? He got racially, hurt from this. He did because he doesn't believe in that racist shit. And he's sitting there hearing somebody that look like him and he don't say nothing about it. He won't fight against it because he's scared, saying all this racist shit that he don't believe in. That's racism. But, he's a leftist. He's a socialist. He's a radical leftist. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. It's almost like the right, just accept that the racism happened. It's like old school shit. Like, just accept it happens. I grew up back in the day. Motherfuckers was like, oh, just accept that, man. I accepted it. I accepted racism back in the day. No, man, you don't accept that shit. We in 2024. No, you don't accept that. And he was scared. Because he was like, she gonna financially take this shit away from him. That's capitalism. She used capitalism in a bad way to hurt this man. Everybody keep acting like I'm tripping. No. If he felt like, why he can go somewhere else? Why he can do that? Listen, man. You in a real good position where you making money. And a motherfucker's violating. And you like, shit, I don't know if I can get another job like this. That's you violating capitalism. Nobody supposed to, just morally you weren't supposed to do that. But anyway, this man went through hell. This white man went through hell. Let's move on.
In that email, Hutton said Judge Ryan, quote, has vocalized her hate and contempt for various protected groups. Once the recordings were shared with those state and county officials, Judge Ryan was removed from her docket. In a statement, County Executive Coulter said, quote, there is absolutely no place for harassment of any kind or for racist or homophobic language by anyone at Oakland County, especially by someone the public...
Yeah, but she said it. She said it, though. Like, why y'all defending that? She said it. This ain't PC culture. She said it. She said, hey, I wasn't never a racist, but I'm a new racist now. Listen, people, imagine if a black person say that. Imagine. Say, no, I ain't an old racist. Right? Because she know what racism is, right? Number one, she knew what it was. But imagine a black person say, I ain't an old racist, I'm a new racist. Because y'all made me a racist. He out of there. First of all, I would say get his ass out of there. I would say that as a black person. Get him the fuck out of there. I'm wondering why white people ain't as upset about that. If you're not a racist, for this woman to say, oh no, I ain't an old racist, I'm a new racist. Listen, nobody can make you a racist, bro. I don't like a lot of racist white shit that some white people say. It would never make me be a racist. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. And this woman is not like something young. She have education. She's been through the system of education. She's been through the system of being around black and white folks and minorities. She been around it. But she called herself a new racist. And motherfuckers sitting there acting like she got some people sitting there acting like she got a point. She don't have a point. Nobody should be racist, bro. If you know better. She said, I'm not an old racist. I'm a new racist. What the fuck is a new racist? I can never be a new racist, nigga. A racist is a racist. I always tell people, if it's a new racist, they just more educated. That's what she was saying. I'm more educated. But ignorance is ignorance. Because if you're a racist, as educated you can be, you can still, them tropes of being racist and hateful, that shit, it lowers you to being stupid. Because you're saying stupid shit that don't make no sense. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's move on.
Someone the public must be confident will act fairly and impartially. The alleged conduct and abhorrent comments made by Judge Ryan merited her removal from the probate court docket pending further investigation.
Is Judge Ryan fit to be on the bench?
Absolutely not. Nobody with that much hate in their heart for certain people or certain groups of people, I don't believe that they could possibly make fair, unbiased decisions regarding them.
I did reach out to Judge Kathleen Ryan to talk to her about this. Her attorneys sent me this statement that says, quote, "We respect the authority of the Michigan Supreme Court. However, we look forward to vindicating Judge Ryan in the appropriate forum." I also spoke to probate judge Daniel O'Brien. He says Judge Ryan's friends are supporting her and believe these statements are totally out of character for her.
All right, certainly a lot here, but what's next with the Judicial Tenure Commission?
Well, they cannot confirm or deny whether they are pursuing an investigation. There has been some reporting that suggested that the complaint against the judge.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what she just, what her people said? Did y'all hear it? Let's go back. I want y'all to hear it. Her statement from the people. From her people. Listen to this.
Supreme Court. However, we look forward to vindicating Judge Ryan in the appropriate forum. I also spoke to probate judge Daniel O'Brien. He says Judge Ryan's friend.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
Fair, unbiased decisions regarding them.
I did reach out to Judge Kathleen Ryan to talk to her about this. Her attorneys sent me this statement that says, quote, "We respect the authority of the Michigan Supreme Court. However, we look forward to vindicating Judge Ryan in the appropriate forum." I also spoke to probate judge Daniel O'Brien. He says Judge Ryan's friends are supporting her and believe these statements are totally out of character for her.
First of all, let's stop there. Let's stop there. How you defend that? If I got a fucking friend like that, bro, and said this type of shit, I'm not oh, they not like that around me. Listen, first of all, I have, and I'm gonna leave it as this. I have plenty of friends that said certain shit around me. If I don't check them, right? Even if I check them, and they still feel the same way that they feel, and they say certain shit. First of all, listen, I don't understand why people think that this shit is okay. Oh, well, they're not the same people. You know, that's not the person I know. First of all, yeah, they are. First of all, that's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit. Listen, I don't fuck with motherfuckers because they say the shit that they say. Right? I put niggas on blast every time. Motherfuckers that know me, I will put you on blast if you keep saying some shit that you say you believe. Well, so, nigga, that's what you believe. We can't be on the same level if you believe that. I got plenty of shit that I do that with motherfuckers I know. You can't say that. To me, not to me. Like, oh, I can't say that to people be like, oh, well, they don't really, truly feel that way. Yeah, they do. Shit, this old nigga, yeah, they feel that way. It ain't right. And I don't fuck with niggas like that. Niggas know that about me. I like the squash shit and all that shit. But nigga, you can't keep feeling that way. And if you feel that way, then nah. Some shit you just cannot feel a certain type of way when it comes to racism. I'm sorry. Shit, I don't fuck with niggas right now because simple fact of they think they better than niggas because they older or younger. I don't, like, you understand what I'm saying here? Man, that shit crazy, man. I don't even understand that. That shit is weird for a friend to say that. No, he ain't like that. No, that motherfucker like that, bro. Anyway, leave your comments, hit that like button, support your boy. It's your boy, Mr. OBI. Peace and love to the world.